Hi students, welcome you once again. Today we are going to solve the remaining questions from the chapter of dual nature. Okay, so here we go. The question is like this: the correct curve between the stopping potential V and intensity of the incident light I is. Okay, so options are like that. So look at the graph, observe the graph carefully. So first of all, we should know whether the stopping potential and intensity of the light is dependent or not. Okay, so basically we know the stopping potential V0 is independent of intensity. So the correct option is option B. So whatever the intensity, the stopping potential will remain same. Okay, but here and all, it is dependent on the intensity, but here in this graph it is independent, so option B is the right answer. Okay, so we'll go to the next question. Right, okay, look at this question and observe the graph carefully again. A point source of light is used in an experiment on photoelectric effect. Which of the following curve best represents the variation of photocurrent? Number 1, I with the distance, and D of the source from the emitter. Okay, see, I and D, here the photocurrent I and the D is the distance. Okay, so look at this, which of the following thing will be exactly suitable, okay, in the graph, given graph. Okay, so as we know, the intensity and the distance are dependent. How they are dependent? The intensity I is inversely proportional to the square of the distance. You know this, right? So it means as we decrease square times the distance, intensity will increase. Okay, so like this, or if you increase this intensity, this will be decreasing, right? So it means option this D is the right answer, because this is linearly decreasing, this is not decreasing according to this given formula, and this is independent. Only this curve represents the best suitable representation of the given question. So option D is the right answer. Okay, so moving to the next question. Right, look at this. The threshold wavelength for sodium is 680 nanometer. The photoelectric work function in electron volt is, they have given so many datas, extra datas, which is the constant things which you know already. Okay, so let us solve this. Okay, so a lot of approximation is required in this. We'll try to solve. Okay, so look at this. We have to find work function, right? So work function formula, phi naught is equal to H nu naught, if this is in joules. Now suppose if you want to keep this in terms of electron volt, okay, because they have asked in electron volt, so you should divide it by E, right? So then it will be electron. So what the next thing is, nu naught can be written as C by lambda naught, and E is as it is, right? And see, you know, this Hc by E is approximately equal to 12,400 divided by 680, right, electron volt. Now if you do this calculation, right, but here this is in what, nanometer, right? This is in nanometer. Only if you get Armstrong, then you can keep 12,400. Okay, so what we can do here? So if you get nanometers here, you should take 1240 instead of 12,400 if it is given in nanometer. Okay, only if it is in Armstrong, the lambda is in Armstrong, then you can take 12,400, but here it is nanometer, no, so it is 1240. Okay, so if you calculate this, approximately you may get 1.8 something. Okay, exactly, you get into 10 power, nothing will get, because in terms of electron volt only finally you are going to keep, because this is, they have asked in electron volts. So option B is the right answer. Anyway, because 1.8 you are getting, after that you may get this only. So this is the right answer. Okay, option B is the right answer. If you want, you can calculate also. Anyway, option B is the right answer. Okay, next question is like this. Momentum of a photon of energy 1 mega electron volt in kg meter per second will be. Okay, so momentum, obviously mass into velocity, that's why it is kg meter per second. Okay, so we'll see how to find the momentum now. Okay, so what they have given is, they have given energy, so E is equal to 1 mega electron volt, that is nothing but 1 into 10 power 6. But if you want to keep in terms of joules, because it is kg meter per second, so we'll convert into joules, that is 1.6 into 10 power minus 19. Okay, then it is joules. So total it is 1.6 into 10 power. Okay, so if you plus 6, that will be minus 13, right? Okay, now we know momentum P is equal to energy by c, velocity of light. So energy we got 1.6 into 10 power minus 13 divided by 3 into 10 power 8. So that will be equal to how much? Suppose if you do this, okay, 1.6 by 3 is quite difficult, so we'll make it 16. Okay, into, okay, divided by 3 into 10 power minus the, okay, minus 13 was earlier, was it was there, and it is 10 power 8 is there. Okay, but what we should do is here, okay, wait, it is confusing, so I'll do it here. So 1.6 by 3 into 10 power minus 13 into 10 power minus 8. Okay, so this will be 1.6 divided by 3 into 10 power minus 21, correct? So now if you want to make it 16 by 3 into 10 power minus 22. Okay, so 16 by 3 is how much? So actually 3 ones are 3, 5s are 15. Okay, so it will be 5 point something, approximately 5.28 or 5.3. okay, so we'll see whether it is there or not. Yeah, we have this answer. Okay, so minus 22 is there, so minus 22 10 power, so 5.3 we got, but it is approximation, so 5.5 into 10 power 22 minus 22 is the right answer. Okay, option A is the right answer. Hope you got this. Okay, so we'll move to the next question now. Okay, now look at this question. An electric lamp of 60 watt emits a radiation of wavelength 6625 Armstrong. The number of photons emitted from the source per second is. Okay, so we know the standard formula for this, N is equal to P by energy, right? So we are going to do the same formula. So write down. So N is equal to P by E, work power by energy. So power, they have given P is equal to 60 watt, correct? And energy we have to find. So energy is hc by lambda, that is equal to, anyway they have given in Armstrong, so we can directly take 12,400. Okay, so divided by 6,625. Okay, okay, so now if you calculate this, you get around 1.8 electron volt. Okay, now this 1.8 into 1.6 into 10 power minus 19 joule, because we have to keep it in standard SI unit, so it is like this. So now this, if you multiply 1.8 into 1.6, okay, so this approximately 2.88 will get, approximately I'll write, keep it as 3 into 10 power minus 19 joule, right? So what we do is, now here substitute E here, so 60 watt divided by 3 into 10 power minus 19 is there, so 1s are 22 or 20s are right. So this is 20 into 10 power minus 19. This is nothing but 2 into 10 power minus, oh sorry, this is plus 20, right, because this, if you take this to numerator, so this is plus 20. So option C is the right answer. Okay, we have option C as the right answer. Fine. So we have next question like this: the image of the sun is focused on to the surface of a photoelectric cell using a lens of focal length 40 centimeter. The photoelectric current generated is I, full stop. If the first lens is replaced by another lens of focal length 20 centimeter and light is focused, the photoelectric current becomes, okay. So it means initially they have given some intensity for some distance, and if the distance is changed and it is replaced by another lens, then what will be the new intensity, okay. So you should know, for photoelectric cell, the lens acts as a virtual source. That is very important, okay. I mean to say, for photoelectric cell, the lens acts as a virtual source, right. And you know, for a photoelectric current I depends on the intensity. This is current I and this is intensity, okay. As the intensity is increasing, the current also increasing, okay. So you know, okay, so this is current is directly proportional to density, but we also know that intensity is inversely proportional to the square of the distance, correct, right? Okay, so what we should do, we have to get the ratio of the new intensity. Means this is I, if I take is the first I1 is proportional to d square, okay, and I2, the new I have to find this, that is proportional to d, okay, this I'll take d1 and this is d2, okay, d2 square, right. So the ratio I have to find, and I have to find the new intensity, right. So it means I2 by I1 is equal to d1, or okay, d2 is proportional, right. So d1 square by d2 square, so that is nothing but d1 by d2 whole square, okay. So what is d1? d1 is 40 centimeter, d2 is 20 centimeter, so 40 by 20 whole square, that is 2 whole square, that is 4, okay. So I2 is equal to 4 times I1, okay, or else I dash is equal to 4 times I. So which is the right answer we have? Option C is the right answer. Clear? Okay. Up next we have the question like this: the threshold frequency for a certain metal surface is phi naught, nu naught. When it is illuminated by a light of frequency nu is equal to 2 times nu naught, then the maximum velocity of the photoelectron is v1, okay, velocity of that first, okay, for this particular wavelength is v1. If the surface is illuminated by the light of frequency, this given condition, phi f2 is equal to phi v naught, then the maximum velocity of v2, then we have to find the second velocity, okay. So let us try to understand. Now we have a surface like this, okay, surface like this. Now this work function, okay, for this threshold, minimum threshold frequency is nu naught, but what the frequency coming is nu1 is equal to 2 nu naught, okay, right. Try to understand. This is nu1 is equal to 2 times nu naught, okay. Now the velocity which is coming outside is v1. Now similarly what they are telling is, for the same plate, same surface which is having nu naught is the threshold frequency. Now the new frequency nu naught is equal to 5 times phi naught, nu naught, okay. Now what is the velocity v2? Okay, we have to if you get the ratio, then it is easy to find. Okay, so let us try to solve this. So this data we have v1 and v2 we should know. Okay, we'll see. Right, now we know that general condition K max is equal to h nu minus nu naught, correct? Or else half mv square is equal to h nu minus nu naught, correct? Now we'll see for case 1. Case 1 means this case. Okay, so half mv1 square is equal to h nu, we have 2 nu naught minus nu naught as it is, right? So this is what, okay, let it be. Okay, so what 2 nu naught minus nu naught is h nu naught. Okay, let it be equation number 1. Now case 2. Okay, again half mv2 square is equal to h, here we have 5 nu naught minus nu naught as it is, so this is 4 times h nu naught, equation number 2, v2. Okay, so now we have to find the ratio, right? Or we have to find the v2. v1 is anyway v1, okay, velocity, but v2 is how much times the v1, now we'll see. Okay, so we'll take, okay, equation number 2 by equation number 1, right? So equation number 2 by 1 is v2 square by v1 square, because half mv half m it get cancels, right, is equal to equation 2 is 4h nu naught divided by h nu naught, correct? So nu naught get cancelled, so it integrates v2 square is equal to 4 times v1 square. This is nothing but v2 is equal to 2 times v1, right? So option is, this is v1 is nothing but yeah, everywhere it is v1 only, don't get confused with this dots. Okay, so 2 times v1, option A is the right answer. Hope it is clear. Okay.